Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, Reseller Mom. Today we have a really great topic for 2023, which is a topic we've visited before on ungating. We know that there's always new sellers watching our channel, and those of you that sometimes need a refresher or you just are looking to get ungated in a brand you hadn't thought about before, and we are going to be talking about that and discussing that today.
Yes, there is, in the world of Amazon, we are always changing and updating. So we kind of felt like this topic needed to be circled back around for this year and we needed to address it. This is a great time to kind of line up what you want to get ungated for. So when it comes time for Q4, you are open to selling all the things you want to have access to. And I have just been working with a lot of new clients who, what's locked down these days is much different than when you or I started. When I started, they had just locked down DVDs. I missed that opportunity to be grandfathered in. And then, we've seen books get locked down and not locked down. Clothing was a gated category when I started, and now it's open to new sellers, whereas toys was open and now toys is gated. So we need to get some announcements out of the way, though, before we dive in too far. We'll be really quick. First, if you have not subscribed to Tina's channel, go subscribe to Tina's channel. She is getting really close to hitting the 1,000 mark so that she can make any sort of income from YouTube. We don't make much here, folks. We do this for lots of other reasons. It's not for the rolling in the dough, let me tell you. The next thing is we are trucking along with our bundles group. If you are interested in doing bundles and moving into that side of the Amazon business, come join us there. The price that it is at right now is reasonable and will be going up. Eventually, we will be raising the price. I don't think we've set a date for that, but it will be in the soon future, I guess. I don't know how else to say that. Within the year, I don't know if it will be within the spring or not, but we will be increasing the price on that. And we are showing everybody how to do everything from advertising, creating bundles, product research, verifying your idea, brand registry, brand approvals, and it is an awesome group to work with. So if you see us less in other areas, it's because that is kind of our
and we do a lot of live hangouts in there where we chat with people.
Right. And that's Tina and I, our business model has just gone to more bundles with that's how we want to go with our business. Some people love the retail arbitrage and all of that stuff, but that is kind of where we like to shine. What else was I going to say?
I don't
ASD.
know.
ASD.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, there are great things to do. ASD, we will be there, and we will be announcing any sort of communication will either be on my Instagram page, and it will also go to Online Selling with Tina over on Facebook. That's where we're most active. So if you are ever wanting a question, like, go ahead and join that group, and you can ask a question and tag Tina. Tag Tina's better. But you can tag either of us, and the groups are really great at helping out too. If you just have general questions, a lot of times other members are asking questions. But for ASD, I've got to put together the, what do you call it? Like the social media.
Itinerary.
Yeah, like where we're meeting up and all of that. But it'll be Sunday after the show. And then Monday, I believe we're doing a dinner, and we got to figure out where we're going to dinner. So, I think we got to talk to Heather and Brandy.
Yeah, there's a lot of restaurants, so that's not going to be hard.
I want to do, yeah. Oh, it's gonna be good. But we do get together after the show at Sunday, and that's always fun. It's really chill. We hang out in the bar. It's the closest bar in the Westin. So we just walk over there and hang out, and then anybody can order food or drinks or whatever. So.
One of my favorite restaurants is off the strip. It's on a street called Sahara. It's small, hole in the wall, and the mafia used to eat there back in the day, and it's still there, and it's called Capo's.
And I've been to Capo's.
Yeah, and that's a really fun experience there. I love Capo's. Did you like Capo's?
I can't remember, but I know I've seen and heard
it. It's a speakeasy restaurant.
Maybe I haven't been there then.
Okay. Yeah. So it's still a speakeasy, and they give you that full experience. They have the guy in there that sings the Frank Sinatra songs, and he comes over to your table. It's a really cool little spot.
Okay, I'm going to talk to you more about that. Maybe I'll talk to my mom too, because I need something on Friday for the family to gather at, but it can't be a bar. So anyhow, I'll talk more about that later.
Yes. So going to ASD is a great opportunity also for today's topic, which is ungating, because you will find lots of suppliers there that are going to carry the brands and carry the items that you need to get ungating in. And then it becomes almost foolproof, right? I mean, your account metrics still make a difference, but what a great time to go to a trade show and work on getting ungated.
And for those of you who are like, what's ASD? What are you talking about? And I can't fly to Vegas next week. That's okay. Type in the Google search ASD, and it usually pops up in the first couple of searches. And you can, I think it's like ASD online or something. You can go and register. You don't have to go. But when you register and you get into the website and whatnot, you have access to all the vendor names. They have a great little, one of their tabs has got all the vendors. You can sort by e-commerce friendly, by international, by private.
I actually did an ASD video. I don't know if you did, but I did an ASD video of their site on my channel that walks people through how to do all of that.
Yep. Yep. Very good video. I remember, I think I've watched that one before. So we've got lots and lots of, we've got a few slides. And then, so in this show today, we are going to go through all the slides, and we are going to walk you through exactly what is ungating, how to annotate receipts, and what websites are good for what categories and brands today, because some are not good anymore, and we're going to poke around with it. So if you are new and you're like just trying to figure out what's going on, then you are in the right place.
Yes. So, and ungating is when you are scanning with your Amazon app and it gives you that warning that says restricted and you're not allowed to sell it. It's because you are gated, for the newer sellers out there watching this video. And in order to get ungated or to be unrestricted, you need to provide that valid invoice, proof of purchase from an authorized vendor in order for Amazon to open that up for you, so you don't keep getting that restricted warning on the brands that you're scanning.
Yes. And I am going to go to the next one. So there we go.
Should you pay for a service? There are a lot of services out there. We took a screenshot of one service that is out there who has sold thousands and thousands of these packages, which is just amazing to me, that some people, have been willing to pay because they just maybe don't know how to get ungated. And I say it's expensive. I mean, look at those prices for one approval. $599. Do you know how much inventory you could buy for $599 and how many multiple ungates categories you could get? I mean, and look at all the way down at the bottom, unlimited everything. It's almost $10,000. Just
no, I
wow.
think that's 1,000.
Wow.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, was it? I don't have my glasses.
Yeah, no, 9, 10. Yeah, it'd be, if we round it up, it'd be $10,000.
Okay.
That's crazy pants.
And so I say, can I do it myself? How do I do it? Where do I do it? And how do I know if it will work? Well, we're going to show you and we're going to tell you. If you want to pay me $599 after this video for me giving you these ungates, I will be happy to take that paycheck.
And we're not like, Tina and I, we haven't tried these services out or anything like that. We were just like blown away at what people are charging. And
I know people who have. I have had clients on Fiverr tell me that they have paid for these services, and then once they got working with me, they're like, wow, I really can't believe that, I didn't know any better. They were newer sellers and they really didn't know.
And some people are fine paying that kind of money, but Tina and I, we are cheap. Not like we don't have value, but I just went through the whole trademark process, and I did not use a lawyer. I did it all myself. I did all of the branding myself, all of the logo creation myself, all of the brand registry myself, all of the trademarking, etc., all by myself. because I wanted to try it myself before paying a lawyer, because the lawyers started at what, $300 to $500 on top of the fees for trademarking. And I was like, well, let me give it a shot myself, because I'm not stupid, folks. I have a few things go under my sleeve, and I have quite a bit of schooling and things, and I was kind of amazed at the fees that they're charging for what I could find out myself with the time. When you value, obviously we all value our time, right? And so the hours I spent versus my time versus what they would have charged, it was definitely worth a couple hours, because I didn't spend like weeks trying to search trademarks. I spent, I don't know, maybe an hour, and that was it. And so anyhow, we're gonna move on. If you want to pay that, pay that. If you don't.
And these are some sites that we recommend for getting ungated. Christian Supply, I have used myself. I know it works. Lucy's used it. We've had others use it, and it definitely does work. And grocery and topicals, we recommend a site called Price Master, Frontier Co-op. For beauty, Lotuslight, and possibly beauty can even be at those other sites as well. For those that want brands like, from toy brands like Pokemon or Mattel, you can buy directly from some of these toy suppliers. You're buying directly from them. I mean, what invoice isn't better than that? And for branded clothing, there are a few sites that people have used, and I didn't have time to finish this slide, or Lucy to put some of the other sites that we know of for sure, but you could buy right from Nike.com, I believe. I have not tried that personally. Legos you can get from Lego.com. You can buy directly from these people, and what you need is to buy 10 units of the branded item or category in which you are trying to get approval in. That's one of the first steps. There are other steps that are important as well. I don't know if you want me to touch upon those, or if you'd like to.
No, because we got slides for all of those, but I wanted to jump in and say really quick that in this video in particular, we are not going to be addressing Amazon to Amazon ungating. No. I have in the past. We have in the past. There has been some people who have posted on main boards that say that Amazon to Amazon ungating is totally fine. And then there's another couple that have said that it has led them into trouble. So that type of risk, if you want to do it, do it. I've done it. I've had no problems with it whatsoever. I'm going to knock on some wood right now, but we figured that we will show you how to do it with legit invoices in this video. And then if you want to do Amazon to Amazon ungating, go for it. If you're fine with that risk and you are comfortable. Some who have posted that they had issues with that, they had other issues going on. So, it's kind of, you gotta read those and then see what else is going, read the entire threads on those types of posts and see what's going on, and then make your own decision, because I don't want to be responsible if I tell you something and it winds up that information gets outdated and then Amazon cracks down on it, or you do it wrong or whatever. And I think that's what people were doing, is they were doing Amazon to Amazon ungates, and they were doing it incorrectly. And that's what shut them down. But that's my opinion, just from reading a blurb on a Facebook post. I don't know the people or understand what they went through or what they did. So we're going to stick just to straight stores in this video, and the stores that other people have, either we have tried it or other people have tried it and have had success with it. So
I know Kohls, people have actually used Kohls to get
Yes, I have
in
Kohls
brand names like Nike, and have done that successfully. So in addition to buying 10 items, make sure that you are using your debit or credit card from your business checking account that is registered with Amazon, and having those items shipped to your address.
I'll find the slide if you want me to.
Sure.
As you're talking here. This one, I think, is what is referencing to you. So
so you want your name, your address to match the one that is on file with Amazon, also from your business checking account that is on file with Amazon. That's very important, in addition to buying the 10 units.
Okay, hold on. Can we go sequentially?
Yes.
I can't jump around. I don't know how, because I copied and pasted over, but okay. So this is important. We need to talk about really quick.
Yes.
Invoices are a request for payments. Receipts are proof of payment. You cannot really do receipts. You need invoices. And I have seen in the past year many, many cases that get kicked back because the word invoice is not on there. So I'm not saying go and Photoshop it in, but it has been kicked back, and that has been an issue before. Like Tina just said, you're going to need some things. We've got it more lined out. This is talking about how to annotate, but I'm going to go through and show examples. So if you want to stop real quick and I don't know, take a screenshot or something, go for it there. And then this is the actual application page on what you need and what they're going to require. I can't tell you how many times people have posted and they're like, I don't know what Amazon wants. They literally tell you for IP complaints, trademark infringes, applications, exactly what they want. And something is not lining up, and you have to go figure that out. You can call sometimes. They will give you some insight, but your name, your address, all the informations need to match up. If you used your spouse's or your sister's credit card to make the purchase and their address is on there and it doesn't match your address on file with Amazon, it's not going to work. It's just not going to work. You can have multiple addresses, I will say, in Amazon. It needs to match an address in there. So I have many addresses in there. You need to have a combined purchase of 10 units. Can you split it up and do 5 and 5? Yes. Does it make it more risky of an invoice? Yes, because now you're having that person look at 2 different things. And to be frank, you need to make this as easy peasy as possible for
the Amazon rep. Yes.
So if you're trying to save $3 and split this into 2 5 units, is it really worth the $5? Or $3 to try and make it more complicated. So I wanted to go through, I've got several invoices highlighted. The first one is, because we're going to talk about invoices first, and then we'll go to the websites. Does that sound good, or do you want to go to the websites first?
I think we should look at the invoices first. And I know Lucy has a video on her channel about how to annotate an invoice. And I have a video on my channel on how to annotate your invoice using Canva.
I use PDF. So however you want to annotate, figure out a way, go to Google, how to mark up or how to digitally highlight something and figure out what works for you. You can use Snippet and then, fix up in I don't know, whatever photo art software you want. I mean, I literally have done it on my camera, on my phone. I have done it in Canva. I have done it in Microsoft Art, Microsoft Drawing, whatever Microsoft's is. And I have done it with the PDF, and I like the PDF markup the best by far. This is for toynk.com for Squishmallows. If you are struggling with the Squishmallow ones, we've done video, we've talked about Squishmallows. This is how you're going to doctor up the invoice. You get this either through their website or it's in your email, and you're going to need to just highlight the information. This is the ASIN. I always put my annotations in blue so that they know I'm not trying to doctor up I'm not trying to Photoshop. I'm annotating. There's a difference there. Anyhow, it cost her $146, and they bought, as you can see, 10 units, and then there was a freebie limited edition hoo-ha there, but 10 units right there, so she can easily say, this is the ASIN. Here it is right here, highlighted, 10 units. You can mark out the pricing. I've never marked out the pricing on
me either.
Then down here, this is how I annotate the address in, because this doesn't have the address. So if you don't have the address, you don't have the website, you don't have something that's on that doodad that they require, this is where you're going to need to go make sure that you add it in there. So it's there. They know where it's coming from. And then I highlight the purchase information, and that's very important, that this is the information that matches your stuff. So here's another example. highlighted. I did Photoshop in something else because this was an item. I think this was one of my invoices from a long time ago. Yeah, I think this was straight from Shepherd to Amazon. And then I did, what was this? Minecraft. Yeah. This might be my invoice. This might not. When the heck was this? 2019. Yeah, I don't remember back then, but here's how that invoice would look. You're going to highlight right here. This name, Evoker Pack Series 4 Wave 1, it needs to match up. And if it got kicked back, then I would go put in blue the ASIN and what the actual ASIN is. But I've got it highlighted. Anything on those steps that they, name and address, that's what you're going to highlight and annotate. This is what it looks like if you print it out and take a picture. It's kind of garbly good, but I put my ASIN right there. Sometimes when you make it look more real, that goes better. People have crumpled things up and then uncrumpled them to show that it's like a real piece of paper, not a photoshopped. I've heard if you take your image and put it upside down, that makes them kind of look at it a little bit more as well. Just different tricks. This is another example of just how you could submit it. It looks like a real piece of paper that's been printed out and highlighted and annotated by hand. This is another way that I've been told works as well. I haven't tried this way, but you put a little mark there, and this is number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. And then when you're filling this out, you put number 1 is name and address, 2 is my name and address, 3 is the date, 4 is the ASIN, 5 is the quantity ordered. And that's basically going down this list right here. If they ask for pictures, the biggest one, people take a picture of the top and the bottom. People take all the sides. They're like, I submitted 4 pictures. Yeah. Things have 6 sides, people. 6 sides.
Yes, and she's talking about the actual item, and sometimes this is true for even getting your brands approved. They want you to take it like this, like this, like this. The bottom of it, the top of it. They want ridiculous amounts of pictures. And don't make the photo look like an Amazon listing. Make it natural. Holding it in your hand, having it on the table. They just want real world photos and capture that barcode in there. Yeah.
Yeah. I just helped somebody do the brand approval and I'm like, just take a picture with, I've taken pictures at the store with the store in the background. Taking pictures, but they want
my shopping cart.
Yeah, they want all 6 sides. So if it gets kicked back and you're like, oh, what's that? The other thing is they typically want within that photo, if it's food, they want to have a picture that includes the ingredients. So make sure that that is visible, that they can zoom in and see the ingredients, see like on your package, it will say where it's manufactured and stuff, an address, a website, etc. That needs to be visible as well.
And this is a rare request, but on occasion, something like this may take place. But it is a very rare request.
All right. I think that was it for that. Let me see if I got anything else. Is there anything else on that you want to talk about? If
I don't think so.
Switch over to slides.
I do want to mention that just because you got an invoice and annotated it correctly is not always 100% foolproof that you will get approved, because your account health and metrics are also taken into consideration, and the longevity of your seller account sometimes is taken into consideration. More often than not, you will be approved if you follow the steps and do it correctly and give back Amazon what it is they are asking for.
Yep. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. I'll touch on that a little bit more. We have one distributor that has licensability for big names, but when they do the products on the product, that part that I was talking about where you take a screenshot of the name and where it was made, it's the distributor's information. It's not the brand's information. So you need to get from the brand. Just be aware of that. Like, what does the packaging say? Because if the packaging says, like this one is Greenbrier, it's a Dollar Tree. It's one of my favorite lotions. So if I was trying to get Ungated for Assured, well, the back of it here, it says distributed by Greenbrier. So it's not going to match up. You're not going to get ungated in Assured with Greenbrier. If that's for more branding and whatnot. Okay, I did want to put this link and another link, and I'll try and put it in the comments, but sometimes the URLs are too long. If you want a good instruction sheet, this is what I recommend for like bookmark it, read it. If you are so, if you're very brand new to all of this and then we're overwhelming you with a lot of information, this breaks it down. Christopher Grant is an awesome guy. This was written in December this last year. It's a good layout on like how to get ungated, what does it mean? It's the basics. So go ahead and give that a read. It's a great thing to bookmark in your, what do you call it, library? And then this is something that I have shared many a times. Make yourself a copy. First up, go to File, make yourself a copy. Where is it? Make a copy. These are different ASINs that people have said are successful in getting ungated with different things. So this is a popular for baby Gannix. Is that a word? Baby Gannix?
Yep, Baby Gannix, it's the brand.
Banana Boat, we've got Caribou. There's about 300 different ASINs here that you can literally copy, go to add a product in your page, go to add a product, and try to get naturally ungated for them. So this would be not an invoice situation. This is just for natural, like organic.
It's called auto ungate. Yeah,
yep,
where you just get approved. Mm-hmm.
That you can go ahead and have and try. And if you have some success with it, great. It's kind of an outdated. It's pretty old. I've been using this for a couple of years, so I don't know if it's how awesome it is these days. So
or if those ASINs are even in the catalog anymore.
Exactly. I'm going to go to Price Masters first because I have not used Price Masters. Tell me about Price Masters.
Yeah, so Price Masters is a company that you can create an account with and buy from them tax exempt. They generally service stores like gas stations, right? The 7-Elevens, the little mom and pop liquor store kind of places. So most of their items are not those full-size type of products. Mm-hmm. So you can buy from Price Masters. They do give you an invoice, and they sell a lot of these brands more in the gas station, like trial size type sizing. But they have, as you see there, the Aveeno body wash. They have soap. They have, I believe they even have food products as well. If you look through their there goes the categories. See, so there's the over the counters, right, for getting ungated in OTC food products. And in the health and beauty category, they have eye care, lip care, toothpaste under the vitamin category. And you can get many things from them on an invoice. Now, whether you'll find anything that's actually profitable or not from this site to sell on Amazon is usually unlikely unless you find some existing bundle listings or something. But it can be worth it, and certainly a lot less than an ungating service for getting approved in these categories. Yeah.
So the overall process is pretty simple. You're going to go to Amazon.com. You're going to find an existing listing that matches up. So you're going to go find whatever Theraflu, and you're going to match up, and make sure you order 10 from Price Master, and that's the ASIN you're going to go and try to get ungated for. So when you go to add a product, you're going to want to put that ASIN in there and make sure that it comes up with the, yes, you can get ungated with this if you provide an invoice with these requirements on, like we showed you. And then you're going to submit that invoice and it unlocks you. Like Tina said, probably not going to be profitable, but it's going to be way less than $600 because I can guarantee you most of these things are probably a couple bucks a piece. I pay whatever, maybe $20 to maybe $100 for an ungate. I think for Squishmallows is probably my most expensive one that I've paid for. And I bought them for, I'll say $100. They're about $10 a piece. And I resold them at a loss. And I think I got back about $60 of my money. So my ungate cost me about $40. But now I can sell Squishmallows. That's the point of it. If you want to find something that's profitable, go for it. I mean, it's time.
Yeah. And the thing is like, don't even waste your money or time trying to get ungated in categories that you're just wondering, like, I just want to get ungated. I mean, if you find yourself consistently scanning certain categories that you're finding profit, or if you're in BOLO groups or VA groups or have a VA getting leads and you're finding that you consistently have these great leads that you're missing out on because you are gated, make sure you pay attention to what categories they're in and what kind of products they are and start there.
Yep. For Frontier Co-op, this one has been talked about, gosh, I don't know, like 4 years. This cinnamon is on Amazon for about $2. They sell it for $2.19 here, and it's an easy ungate. It's going to cost you $20 plus shipping, so I don't know, what, maybe around like $35 total.
Mm-hmm.
You get ungated for food. That's probably the number one category I would tell people to go get it ungated for to start with, because food just opens you up to all sorts of good bolos and bundles and multi-packs in the Amazon world. You can create a wholesale account here, up here. When you do create wholesale accounts, you're probably going to need to have your EIN and your reseller permit ready to go. Most of the sites require that. So some sites don't, but most sites do. So
most sites at least want your reseller permit. They don't always really want an EIN number.
Yep. I want to say you could get an invoice without doing a wholesale site, but I can't remember. Do you remember off the top of your head for Frontier Co-op?
Well, yeah, some of the other sites we shared, you don't need to have a reseller permit, like to buy right from Mattel or Pokemon. You can just buy from them. Then there are going to be some food sites that you can buy directly from the manufacturer of the site. And sometimes they're the smaller sites. It's not necessarily going to be, say, craft per se. I want to say if you have a membership to Costco or Sam's Club, those are considered wholesale warehouses.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so I know here's the risk level. I know for a fact Frontier Co-op wholesale site will give you the invoice you need to get ungated.
Yeah.
I am leery if the non-wholesale site will give you the invoice for the ungate, and I am leery on the Costco. But if you're already at Costco and you already need whatever, and getting 10 is not a big deal, and it's already on Amazon, it doesn't hurt to try. Would I go drop $200 on Costco on a whim? Probably not. So, that's where you kind of got to lay things in. For me, like, this cinnamon is pretty good, and if I needed cinnamon, I'd go ahead and try it, and if it didn't work, I'd go get the wholesale site and try it.
Perhaps Vitacost. I feel like Vitacost invoices work, and Vitacost does sell food.
Hold on, I'll bring Vitacost up. The other one for food that is decent is Food Service Direct. I've bought from them. They're okay. They're, like, for resale, they're usually kind of on the expensive side. But they do have other things, and you can typically get stuff like, I don't know, whatever, Starbucks. They've got Starbucks here. If you're looking for a Starbucks out. I know some people want to get ungated in Starbucks. Do you remember if buying directly from Starbucks, if you can use that or not?
I don't recall. For Starbucks, years ago, I used officesupply.com. And I got ungated with them. At the time, they had these Starbucks pumps, the pumps that go to the flavor bottles, and they were very inexpensive. They were a couple dollars a piece, and I bought those, and that's what got me ungated.
Yes. So, I mean, we're showing you all sorts of websites here. Let me just type in. Yeah, they have Starbucks here. It might be expensive, but that's, again, like, okay, if you're not going to use it, if you're not going to resell it, right, get something that you enjoy. Like, I would totally drink all that coffee here. So,
well, and that first one says it has 18 packets. So I wonder if that 18, if that would count as one order, or if that is 18 units as far as an invoice is concerned. I I would think I would want to look into that listing there, or how that invoice might come across, because $48 isn't bad.
No, and that is where those gray areas come in. Kind of like splitting the ASIN between two different purchases. Let's say you wanted to buy 5 and 5 or something. You're adding an extra step of complexity to your invoice. And do you really want to do that? Will it work? Maybe. But do you want to chance it on that? If you're already going to buy $48 worth of coffee and you like this coffee and everything, go ahead and give it a chance, see if the invoice will go through. But sometimes Amazon reps are stupid and they're like, wait a minute. No, this is just 1 unit of 18, not 10 units of 18. It's got to match the
And then another thing you can do is, when you're on these sites, is sort the pricing from the cheapest to the most expensive. So you're not, wading through the different items listed.
Yep. Yes, that is a great tip right there. Looks like right around $16. So we'll say for ungating purposes, you're looking at $160, which is not bad. That's really not that bad for Starbucks. But again, don't do it unless if you have access to a bunch of Starbucks that you want to sell.
Hey, it was cheaper than that screenshot we took of the one guy's ungating service. Wasn't it $5.99 for one item?
Yep. Unfortunately, I've worked with people who are like, well, I already bought $2,000 worth of inventory, but I can't sell it now. Okay, well, then $160 to get ungated is not that bad.
Yeah.
You gotta pick those battles and learn. All right, here's Vitacost. What do we got on Vitacost? I know Bob's Red Mill is on here. I don't know what else is on here. That's interesting.
Well, they just have the different categories, be it vitamins or what have you that you would need. And they certainly run a lot of good deals. They have different sales all the time. So, catch a sale on something that you and your family like at your own house that's in that category that you're currently gated in. If it's something that you at least want to keep for yourself, if it's something that you can't find a profitable item to flip on Amazon, it's always best if you can find 10 units of something that will actually be profitable on Amazon to use as your ungating, because then it is a win-win. And that is very possible.
Here we go. This is probably the cheapest, $169. So it'd cost you about $20, and then you're going to get some high fiber wheat bran. So if you need some wheat bran in your diet, that might be a good one. I would honestly pay up if there's a pancake mix. They have good pancake mix. Baking soda, I probably am not going to eat that much baking soda, but corn flour, I could probably use that, use 10 bags, or the hot cereal. So I would actually pay a little bit more, get the hot cereal, and guess what? Everybody's eating this week. We're going to eat some hot cereal and go with that. All right, Lotuslights. And good morning, Cynthia. It is so nice to see you in the chat. Good morning, beautiful lady.
Good morning.
I have not used Lotuslight, but a lot of people have, and have said that it works fine.
Yes, that's been one that's been known about since I started selling on Amazon. So they've been around for years, and that is a very well-known site to use for ungating.
I'm trying to think what brands. They've got some going on here. Do you know if they sell Burt's Bees?
I don't know. I haven't looked at Lotuslight in years and years and years. I used to get their catalogs because I had signed up in case I was going to use them, and I didn't end up needing to. And then I thought I might find things on their site to sell, but I never found anything good for flipping on their site.
Burns. Wait a minute. I didn't type in Burns. Love it when it autocorrects. Oh, what was the one that I told you this morning? So I got brand registered today, and it officially went through. I was so excited, and I messaged my husband that I can now issue IP complaints, and my voice to chat corrected it to I can now P complaints. Thank you, voice to chat. You are so awesome. Yeah, we've got shampoo bars, things. I mean, if there's something specifically in the beauty categories that you want to look at, they've got all sorts of things.
I know Yankee Candle will ungate you for Yankee Candle, their website directly. But look, guys, those of you that are our newer sellers that need help with this, it really is as easy as this.
All right, I want to talk about East Bay. East Bay is now Champ Sports, and you cannot use them on Ungating anymore. So if you are trying to use the link, and I will update my defaults after this video for my, my channel, if you're clicking, and most like we have links down below if you're looking at things with, if you're interested in any of the things that we've mentioned. But East Bay used to be good for Nike, and I believe as of 2 months ago, right around 2 months ago, they are not doing they caught on to everybody using them to Ungate and Nike. So don't go there. Somebody had recommended one time on my channel, Finish Line for Nike and Under Armour. So again, you type in Nike.
These ones, like this one, as far as Finish Lines, we have not confirmed it. This is just what we have heard as far as this site goes, just to point that out.
Yes. So in this instance, I would recommend doing a purchase, going through low to high, and find the one that you can resell with the least amount of loss. So, find the best selling one.
And usually I go to socks. I try to go the really inexpensive thing with that branded name on there for ungating if you're going to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Headbands. Yeah.
So we've got this headband. See if it's over on Amazon. I'm sure one of these is over on Amazon. My goodness. And they're $5. So you're basically taking a $50 chance on this. $50 plus whatever tax and shipping. So is it worth it to try that out for $50 or $60? If you run into a lot of Nike items, absolutely. I mean, this is much better or as good as doing an Amazon to Amazon with Nike. If you're worried about the Amazon to Amazon, here you go. Here's another option right there.
Yep.
Kohls. Kohls also does Nike as well, and Kohls works. So we've got, let's see here if I sort. Freaking hate. Where'd the sort button go?
There will be no sorting today.
Huh?
I said there will be no sorting today.
There we go. So we've got Nike shirts. Again, you can probably go through and find something better and see what's going on there. Did it really sort by price? Sometimes these stores don't sort by price.
Yeah.
But find the first shirt that is on Amazon and buy 10 of them. You can always sell this type of stuff on eBay too. So always have like a backup plan. You're going to buy 10 whatever Nike shirts, go ahead and throw them up on eBay, sell them at a garage sale, have your son wear the same shirt for a week and a half.
Or at least buy from Kohls when they're running their cashback deal when you spend 50 and get 10, right? I mean.
Yep. And with Kohls, you really, really do need to make sure that your name is on there and your address is on there and stuff.
Yeah.
I've had a couple of people say, oh, shoot, I used my wrong whatever card or whatever address, whatnot to make the purchase, and now you're kind of screwed. What I don't want to see people doing is returning them to the store. While you might be able to, it just hurts the reselling community, and I don't recommend it. Count it as a cost of business. Write it off. I mean, if you donate these to a shelter, I'm sure the shelter is going to love it. It keeps our reselling community happy. I mean, I don't like going into the stores and having people really be pissy with resellers because people have abused the system. I went to a Ross one time and oh man, the poor lady there, she was just cursing up a store. She wasn't cursing, but she was very disgruntled. She's like, this stupid reseller buys all of these high-end clothes, puts them on eBay, and then pulls them right before their return date cut off. I want to say it was
to bring back what they don't sell.
To bring back what they don't sell. And reattaches all the tags. She's very meticulous, puts all the tags back on. And I'm like, that's kind of messed up. It's just messed up. Shepherd, same with these companies. If you try to do that in return, they're going to block you, and you don't really want to piss off any of these companies. Shepherd is really good for invoices on pretty much any toys. They got all sorts of good stuff. So if you need Nerf, Hot Wheel, Barbie, Fisher Price, Disney, They're a good one. This is the TOYNK website. So they've got the Mallows. These guys, I hate these. Don't buy these Squishbills. They all got hit with toy compliance paperwork, which I made a case about that because some of them I don't even have in my inventory. I deleted and they stayed on my account, and they're like, oh, you just have to wait for it to fall off. There's no action you can do. So if you're in the same boat, it used to be when you deleted it out of your inventory, it'd fall off that toy compliance list, and it's not falling off anymore, but there's nothing you can do to get it off. FYI. Found that out yesterday. It was kind of
Squishmallows always get hit with toy compliance, and then some of the Squishmallow listings just never did. Some of them, they still stay active even though that cutoff date for the toy compliance had to be by, say February 14th, but they're still up there 5 months later. So Squishmallow is one of those funny ones that sell really great, but they always have the IPs on them, or the toy compliance.
Yeah. And Squishmallow is pretty much not going to test them. So don't bother trying to go down that route. It is a dead end, folks. Squishmallow will not do the toy compliance paperwork. I just think they have too many. It'd be like, it's like $3,000 for each of those, each testing. And they put out so many different ones that it would just be super expensive for them. EE Distribution, I want to bring that up. They do all of these brands here. So Funko, McFarlane, what else? So we got Spin Master. Spin Master, stay away from. They issue IP complaints. Fisher Price. What else is a good one here? Hasbro, Mattel. They do quite a bit too. So, if you can't find it on Shepherd for toys or TOYNK or that. The other thing I wanted to say is, let's say you did get an invoice from Mattel and you're a brand new person. There's different levels of ungating. There's the category level, brand level, and ASIN level. I really only see the ASIN level with Nike shoes because the new ones that just come out, Nike wants to sell those, so they'll have it gated on the ASIN level, but it is there. So if you are trying to get ungated for a Mattel toy and you go to Shepherd and you get an invoice, you're going to need to apply and then probably apply again. You can use the same invoice. And if you want to get two different brands, like let's say you want to get Barbie and Mattel so that you can get free shipping, you can put those on the same invoice. So you're essentially going to use it 3 times, one for Mattel, one for Barbie, one for toys. And you can use that invoice all 3 times.
The trifecta.
All knocked out. DVDs. I didn't put Christian Bookstore up there. I'll add that.
Christian Books was on my list earlier on in the video, but yes, we did not go to their site. But yes, they are great for DVDs.
Adidas Originals. There was a perfume store too. Let me see if I can find my perfume store that did Adidas. So give me a minute, Tina. You talk while I'm searching because I can't.
Yeah, and Cynthia, you could try Kohls to do Adidas. I know on past lives that we have done, Kohls started to work for people. So perhaps you could find Adidas Originals at Kohls. Armand says, I paid $2,000 to get ungated in DVDs back in 2018.
Oh,
that hurts. Yeah, when you've done stuff like that when you were a newer seller and then over time you learned how easy it is, that really hurts, doesn't it?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that really does hurt. Yeah, I will.
This is it. Okay, I can't remember if this is it or not, Cynthia. And I don't know if it's Adidas
Original.
Is Adidas Originals different than just Adidas?
I think so, yes.
Okay, I'll type in it in the other shoe place. But Adidas is good. Like you can find cheap perfumes for Adidas, and that might be easier than the than tennis shoes. Now, where did our? So you were saying this one, Adidas.
Now, I am curious also, Cynthia, I've not tried it, but it would be really an interesting test, is Adidas does have their own official site. and what they email you as far as invoice goes, I am curious if that would get you ungating. But Adidas Originals does have their own. You can buy directly from them online. In fact, Rakuten right now has 6% cash back. And I will post the link here. And if you do try it from actually Adidas, let me know, if it works, because that helps us help others.
Boom. I hope you like hats. This is on sale for $10. It'll cost you $100 for Adidas Originals. If that's on there. But I just
if it's on Amazon, yeah.
You got to see if it's actually on Amazon.
Yeah.
Hold on, we're getting.
Yeah, hats can be great finds at Ross's and stores like that, Burlington's. There can be some great hats to flip there. So if you're running across these in those stores, it would be definitely worth it to try to get ungated.
If you didn't follow what I did, right click, search image with Google. I believe you have to be on Chrome to do this. One of my new favorite things to do.
I love it.
You can find suppliers that way. Like I go to Amazon and then I click that image and search and find wholesalers and suppliers. But then I can also go to wholesaler and suppliers, click the image and see if it's on Amazon. That and Chat GPT is my new
favorite toys.
New toys. So it looks like the blue hat's there, but you could go see if the variation is on there. I think I have a bunch of stuff in my Amazon cart and whatnot, so I can't click on it right now. But go down that rabbit hole. If you, let's see here, what was the next thing up? We've got another one for $10. You've got red, black, and gray. You've got socks here. See, and that's where I wouldn't mind wearing these socks, so I'd probably buy the socks and then wear the socks. I love new socks.
I like the ones below them with the pink.
Yeah, those are pretty too.
And you're on Finish Line, or are you on the Adidas site?
Finish Line.
Okay, because those are on the Adidas site too. How much are they there at Finish Line?
10?
Yeah. They are $13 on the Adidas site. That same one.
Yeah. I mean, I tried the Adidas site. Here we've got some backpacks. I bet you could flip those on eBay. They're $12 right now.
I have sold the Adidas backpacks from Ross.
Yep. And then we wanted to do Christian Bookstore. Okay, so to do Christian Bookstore DVDs, you're going to go to the site, go to DVDs, and then I want to say we shop all, and then sort by price. And just find the one that is the cheapest that's on Amazon. Boom, you've got your invoice.
And I've used them personally, and it works.
Yep. We both did, because, Win Call the Heart. One of my favorites. I'm a sucker for that one. And was the new Robin Carr's Robin Carr, the author, and she does Virgin River. There we go. It's not Virginia. But some of my sucker material at night. TV material.
And for those of you watching, we're kind of reaching the end of our show here. So I always like to remind you that Lucy and I do have a VA group, we have a BOLO group, and we have a bundles course. So I think our VA and BOLO group is currently full, or there's spots open.
The VA group is full, I believe. I can look real quick.
Because it runs the 15th to the 15th. So I know that we had a couple of new people sign up that were on a waiting list. And then we also teach bundles, and we do spend a lot of time in the bundles group with one-on-one time with all of the people. So I like to make sure I remember to remind you guys for that. And if you're watching on either one of our channels, give us a thumbs up, like, and subscribe to our channels if it's your first time, and we appreciate you all.
Yes, so this is last call for any questions. If you had any brands that are questionable or whatnot, or that you're like, where do I get ungated for this? And if you missed it or you're watching the replay, go join the Facebook group. It doesn't cost any money. The online selling with Tina, and or post at the bottom of these things, and we will get to your comments and or answer you whenever we can, which is we're pretty good at responding pretty quick with that. More so in the Facebook group. I'm a little behind on my YouTube comments by a few days. Armand says it hurts. I'm so sorry. I looked at the Ungating for DVDs too, and there was another site. I can't remember the name of it offhand, but it was going to be at least $1,000 minimum MOQ. And I'm like, oh, geez, $1,000 for DVDs. And then somebody had mentioned the Christian bookstore, and I'm like, I found one on clearance for 99 cents. And I'm like, okay, well, it's less than $20. I'll try it out. And boom, it works. I think I told you, I went message Tina, go buy this one.
Yeah.
And I think I just donated the DVDs.
I donated them as well to Goodwill. I actually kept one here to watch, and I haven't watched it yet.
He's asking, let's see, Amelia is asking, what's the favorite OTC? I would say this one is probably the best. There's Weiner too. Yeah, Weiner's running a thing. They're running I just got to, hold on, let me bring them up. It's because I never spell it right. Weiner.
Yeah, Amelia, if you were joining late, make sure you replay the video, because we did cover OTC ungating sites. We already went through all of the different sites. So once this ends here, feel free to replay it and kind of rewind. We usually start jumping into the sites around the middle of our videos. In the beginning, we discuss what we're going to do, so that way you don't have to watch from the start.
Yeah. This one, Weiner's, has little travel things. They're pretty good. Thank you, Cynthia. Oh my gosh, you just made my day. Tina, she gave us $9.99, and we will be, that goes into our Dunkin' coffee
for
funds.
ASD.
For ASD.
That was very sweet of you.
Yes, thank you. Weiner is got OTC stuff, and then Price Master. So find something there. Coffee on me, yes, and we love the Dunkin'. It's Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts.
Well, they have Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts at ASD, but where we always eat our lunch, there's the Dunkin' Donuts is in that area.
Yes.
Look, so I like all the coffees. I don't care. Coffee, bean, and tea, Starbucks, Dunkin'. I like all the coffees.
I agree. I think I like the Dunkin' caramel macchiatos better than the Starbucks. Personally.
Yeah. I mean, I worked at Dunkin' Donuts. It was my very first job I've ever had when I was a teenager. Was at Dunkin' Donuts. Yep.
So
I was
can
the
you
Dunkin'
make all
Donut
the coffees?
Girl.
Do you know
I made the coffees. I served the donuts.
So do you make the coffees when you're at home now? Because
no, gosh, back then they didn't have all that stuff. Back when I was working at Dunkin' Donuts, when I was a teenager, it was just coffee with cream or sugar or black. That was it. These things didn't exist. There were no such thing as lattes and frappuccinos and these things. Look, this wasn't invented at that time at Dunkin' Donuts. I'm ancient. You forget I'm ancient.
You are not ancient. You are experienced. I like that better. There was a funny one, just a little meme that said, I like to mess people up, and they take a picture of, they just get if you don't know this, Starbucks will give you a large water for free. Great when you're outsourcing to get some water, and it's all filtered water, and they'll give you ice. They'll, it's an awesome place. My kids love it because whenever I take them out, they're like, can we go get a water at Starbucks? It's free. Sure. You knock yourself out there, honey. But what they do is they take their water and then they add a little bit of Gatorade or like these little drops. And then they make up funky Frappuccino names and post it on Facebook. They're like, this is a Frappa. And
I was like that old meme that used to surface around that said even, like drinking coffee was in the Bible and it's Hebrew for the book of Hebrews. I've always thought that was funny, Hebrew.
Yes. So if you are at ASD, we will be eating lunch over there near the Drunken
Donuts.
We will not be drunk. If you leave the Dunkin' Donuts and you go towards the tables, we're over on the left side and hanging out. Feel free to come and walk up and say hi. And just come join us, man. We don't bite. Tina might. I don't know. Sometimes she's a little.
Just a little nibble.
If we are cranky with or without our coffee. If we're halfway through a macchiato, it's much better. But no, we'll be there and having a good time. What is it? Do we have? I don't think we have any more questions.
No.
You are very welcome, Amelia. We appreciate you joining us. Same with Cynthia and Armand and everybody who is watching live here. I can't think of anything else to talk about with Ungating. My goodness.
There's nothing because we've covered it all. We got this down to a science.
Yeah. Are you talking about brand registration on your course? Absolutely. Walk through, screenshot by screenshot, walk you through, hold your hand. And that's why we did it in a bundle course and we set it up the way we're setting it up, because it is a lot. So I went through the entire trademark process and went through every page I filled out for the trademark, why I filled it out the way I did, what I did to fill it out, where I did my logo, etc., and all of the steps. So it is very in depth. And then if anybody's been having problems or issues, we have been helping out them with getting things done. And we've had a lot of people being very successful in the steps that they are.
Yeah.
And
certainly ask for feedback in the main group for those that are in our bundles group if they're liking it. I know if Karen's still watching, she's in our bundles group, and ask for their feedback.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, Carolina, the link is right down below. I can pop it up really quick as well and show you what exactly you're going to get. It's a one-time fee. Yeah, hold on. Copy, paste. We did a one-time fee. Once you're in, you're in. I didn't want to deal with this reoccurring and people in, people out. Tina and I are not doing any. This is our advertising, guys. We are busy. Our money-making things is our own bundles. We're busy making Easter bundles this week. I'm dealing with Peeps. I tried to get Ungated, or I tried to get brand approval for Peeps. It just got denied, but I might try again. So we fart around with different things, and once we find whatever works or whatnot, we are relaying that to you. So my brand registration, it took me 2 applications. Once I got my trademark, it took me two ways to submit pictures with appropriate branding, and that's what I'm going to be doing the video on this afternoon with. That is now, boom, got it this morning. Video will be out today, and I'm super excited to share that with you. And then the next video will be how to issue IP complaints, because that's going to get done. Holy smokes. I was looking at that before we went live here, and yeah, I have several people who have jumped on bundles of mine that there is custom items in there, so there's no way it could be legit, and I will be issuing out IP complaints. So I'm super it's bad. I don't really want to go after sellers. That's not my nature, is not to go after people. But one jerk jumped on my bundle, tanked the price from $22 to $14. Why? I don't know. I'm like, do you just like to mess with me? Anyhow, and I have nicely asked him to get off, and he did not. And so I am up to here with the shenanigans. So yeah, we have a group. We do lives, we do hangouts. You get access to all the things. We basically have a sheet which has all of the stuff, and then it has the links to the video, and then the links to the if we have slides or printouts, we've got, just checklists and things like that. And so we've been consistently doing 1 or 2 lives every week and cranking out that material. And I think we've got a good core of everything. The advertising videos are going to go live today as well. So I did all of the advertising walkthroughs last week, got them all edited and everything, advertising from start to finish, how to do it. And for different things, if you're just doing regular RA, you do a different advertising than if you're doing a product launch. And you do that different than if you're doing a bundle launch with licensed material. So, yeah, Drummer says there's always one. Yeah, there's always one mofo out there that just really gets me. Really gets me. Oh, yeah. Tina, let's go to your channel really quick. How many?
Oh, I put that link for those who haven't subscribed to my channel, and a link to the very recent video I did on how to annotate these invoices in Canva. For those of you, I use Canva for everything. So Canva, you can upload and doctor PDFs in Canva it was a cool trick I learned recently. And so if you want to continue to do that,
we've got Tina's channel right here. And if you are not subscribed to that, go subscribe to her channel. Help her out, because we're trying to get her channel grown up so that her content can start to be monetized. And that she puts out really great content, as well. As you can see down here, we've got how to wholesale, how to do ASD, making videos in Canva. I got to watch that later, because that's what I got to do now with my bundled items, because once you're registered, you can do that. And then, in my channel, I've got a video to film today on suspected IP complaints.
I have even filmed some of my videos in Canva. Like you can record yourself in Canva. There's so much you can do in Canva. So I make a lot of Amazon videos, how I use Canva for Amazon specifically, but I haven't made videos on all the things I do in Canva. But I do tend to do quite a few Canva tips and tricks, because I just love it and I use it all the time.
Yes. Carolina says, is it from the ground up? Yep, straight from the ground. Like, what is a bundle? What constitutes as a bundle? How to find bundles? The difference between like seasonal bundles and evergreen bundles, how to put those concepts together, how to
create listings, how to find keywords. Yeah.
Listings, keywords, SEO. It's a lot. I mean, it's a lot. It's not. And that's where we wanted to do the Facebook group, where we could be live, interactive, have hangouts, allow for questions, do specific videos. I did a specific video for what's her butt the other day. I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but a targeted video for somebody who's having trouble submitting something. And
when people ask questions, a lot of times we just go ahead and make a video that week on that problem. I think I've done 2 or 3 complete walkthrough making listing videos, how to fix your pictures, of course in Canva. But
yes.
Yeah, we do a lot of live hangouts where we're actually chatting with those that jump in the room with us. They're like live hangout rooms. It'd be similar to this on StreamYard, but not, posted to the world, just within our group. And we actually chit chat back and forth with you in real time.
Yes. And Tina and I mean, we both do Fiverr gigs. So if you're not really interested in the group thing, we do have our Fiverr links down below, and we work with a lot of different clients, and it's really interesting. A lot of the difference, there's just so many different things to sell out there that I find interesting. I've worked with a lot of people that do the private label straight from China, straight to the manufacturer. They don't even see the product, all the way to people who are, I now have several people that I'm working with that are in the CBD realm, and the regulations on Amazon is something that I've been learning a lot more for. Not only that, but hazardous items, hazmat items, dangerous good items, CBD, hemp, anything surrounding those products, because our world is changing. I mean, we went marijuana friendly a couple of years ago. And so like, for me, it's nothing, but for other states, you guys aren't. And so the federal regulations have been changing to keep up with whatever the states are doing, etc. And then there's other paraphernalia that goes with that may be regulated or may not. So, like Tina and I, we know a lot of weird information. It'll be so I'll be in like a group of friends or something that'll be like, oh, I wonder how, and I'm like, oh yeah, I actually know the answer to that, because it's just a weird thing that takes up my brain.
I know Marina has said to me before, she's like, how do you know all this stuff? When we do our live chats, I'm like, look, when you're in this community long enough, learning and teaching and growing, you learn the things. Cynthia asks, is the group different than the course? Cynthia, they go hand in hand. So the group, it is the course essentially. So we don't, because we were kind of low budget starting out, we don't have a fancy website. It's all within the group. We do have organized sheets, organized tabs for you to know the topic of the video that you're looking for, with the video of it after the fact, and everything transpires in the group. We do the lives in the groups, the hangouts in the groups, and we have filmed content and videos that are part of the group. I don't know if I explained that well, but
okay. So online selling with Tina is just a basic Facebook group. Whoop, shoot. hold on. I just spilled mine.
Was that a coffee?
No, it's just a energy water.
Oh.
So put some things on there. It's okay. Everything's fine here. So online selling with Tina is just like a regular Facebook group. The bundle group is another Facebook group, but it also has, I took a little snap. This is our outline of video links, the start, and then it keeps going down. We're going to we have more down below, and we have different tabs. So within our course, this is what you get. You get access to all of these, and we've been adding content on a weekly, monthly basis. So you get some intro, walkthroughs, GTIN, how to get GTIN exemption, applying for your brand, the trademark stuff, private label companies, custom, pre-made. Then on the different tabs, we have like our live walkthrough. So when we go live, and if it's something that you may want to go back, like let's say we went live on Tuesday and you couldn't watch it till Wednesday, you could go in here and go see what's going on. When things happen, like the generic shutdown, when you can't jump on generic bundles, or when they pull the GTINs that were used when people used to list.
Yeah, I show you how to get listed. I show you how to get ability to list on generic again. I can now get on any generic listing again.
Yeah, I got to do that. That's like on my to-do list today as well. I got too many things on my to-do list. So then we've got definitions and acronyms we're populating, other links, software summaries, events and holidays. Like we have a calendar so that I'm always working on a couple bundles ahead. So right now I've got Easter's finishing up, and I'm on to graduation and Mother's Day, Father's Day, summer. And just a nice calendar.
And then I did a live walkthrough, I think it was last week, of an actual wholesale site company, getting, putting together a bundle ideas. And I did a live on that. Yeah. And we just walked through and I got feedback from everybody, what they thought, like putting these things together, and their prices are really good at that particular company. Like things are like $1, $2 and less, really inexpensive.
Yep. Then we've got a tab for some group bundles. So we are playing around putting together, we did a Valentine's Day bundle together, and it sold pretty well. And, if you're looking for a process start to finish and how the bundle performs, and then we can go back and see what did we do for advertising, what worked, what didn't work, different SEO keywords. We've been doing a lot with ChatGPT, which has been amazing. If you're not diving into that, dive into that. And then we have just a keyword dump. So when I do a really in-depth search on a particular keyword, like we have one that's just every person you can think of. So it's mother, brother, cousin, aunt, uncle, military, spouse, all of those words, so that when you're building your listing and you're like, oh my gosh, who is this for? Because you usually say like, this is a great gift item for your whatever, and we'll say Mother's Day, and so you want to have anything that's related to a mom in that, and these are blown out so that you can go and pull those keywords. And it just takes, we already have the work going, so we may as well share it and put it together. Same with I should probably go dump all the words surrounding around St. Patrick's Day: green, leprechaun, rainbow, pot of gold, all of those things.
So it's just a group that just continues to grow and grow, and the content continues to grow and grow and grow, because we've been doing it now. It's still a new group. When did we start it? Has it been 2 months now?
January 1st.
Oh, January 1st we look. Yep. So it's not even a full 2 months yet, and all that content has already been put in there since then. We spend a lot of time with that. It's our baby and we love it.
But that's what we do all day. Like Tina and I, we do nothing but bundle creation all day long. I think I created 4 bundles yesterday, and it's just Easter stuff. And it's difference between variations and the new, okay, when you're creating a listing right now, it used to be that you didn't have to have the product weight and sizes, and now you do have to have the product weight and sizes. So just filling it out, and we wanted to do things that were more up to speed, because if you have access to any other bundle courses, which you may or may not, I know we do, we have bought other people's bundles courses and things in the past. They put together a lot of work, and it's great and it's awesome, and it's outdated in 3 to 6 months.
Yeah, I only bought Catherine Shelton's bundle course, and my God, that was like back in 2017. She's no longer even around, and maybe it was even 2016. I don't know. And she was the one that I had learned bundling, and that it was even a thing before anyone was talking about doing bundles. No one was even talking about bundles on YouTube. Like, I go way back with the bundle game. But yeah, that's the only course I had ever bought.
Yeah, I don't want to get into which courses I have bought and or liked or disliked, because none of them were anything that I would want to like affiliate in a negative or a positive way. And really it'd be more of a negative way, because I had access and I'm like, wait a minute, this is stuff that I give out for free. Like this video, I mean, we're doing all the ungating here. You should be able to ungate in anything you freaking want to by the end of this show here. Really, really, you should. And if you are getting a road bump, go to Online Selling with Tina and we will help you through it. But I've literally sat through other people's verbiage and went, holy smokes, we covered that in a less of a time, more concise, and we just gave you the answers. I have had people who have come to me, messaged me privately, who have said, oh my God, I paid for X course, and in your ungating video, you literally used all of the things that were in this course, and I don't have access to that course, so it's not like I'm buying these courses and then sharing it with y'all. And I'm like, oh my God, like I knew of these from public posts. That's where I knew all the sites we shared with you today are public knowledge. They are not anything that I went and I paid to see. Now, as far as other bundling and how to walkthroughs, I literally watched one that essentially said buy low, sell high, and you need to call and keep applying for wholesalers. Okay, do you want me to charge you $500 for that? Because really, that's not elite information, in my opinion. It's crazy what some people are putting. I've bought some ebooks. I've bought back in the day, like how to list on Amazon and this ebook and that ebook. And again, I don't want to say negative things about the people who wrote them. They are out to make a dollar. We're all hustlers here, right? And my goodness, I bought their ebook and they're like, you need to search the SEO and find out what keywords are associated with that. Really? Oh my God, I could have found that out on Wikipedia. So it's very discouraging that I've now paid money.
Oh, awesome. Cynthia signed up. Well, we look forward to having you in there, and we'll get you added right after this live here when we log off.
Absolutely. Yep. And welcome. We like seeing everybody in the different groups. And we understand bundles aren't for everybody either. A lot of people like retail arbitrage, online arbitrage. And if you want to go down that road and do VAs, we do have people in the group that are VAs and or do training for VAs. So, we also have access to resources. And I think that's the biggest thing in this business, is just knowing who and what to ask for and how to take that information. And I love that. Like, if you need a lawyer, I got you a lawyer. If you need a CPA, we've got several CPAs. If you need a VA, I got the VA hookups. If you're wanting to make bundles and do brand registry, we got you covered. So it's nice to be able to say that I've got those connections if I need them. Like, I don't need a lawyer today, but hopefully I don't need it tomorrow either. But it's nice to know who to go to that will have my back and is reasonably priced. Like, I go to bed sleeping better. I went to bed fine last night because I had a few margaritas, but most of the time, if you're staying up late worrying about your Amazon account, it's nice to have this network. It takes away that anxiety. Yep, Spanish people are charging $2,000 for I don't know who the Spanish people are, but I know you're bilingual, right? I believe we've done FaceTime before. If I'm thinking of the right person. Your picture kind of looks familiar, but it is this big on the screen here. We looked at some other course that just went up in price and we have access to it. And it was, there's some interesting course stuff out there. And I was talking to Tina on the ride over with this. And I said, I don't like mentioning other people's courses or stuff, because there's a lot of drama that goes on in the YouTube realm, in the reselling realm. And Tina and I are not out here to battle with other people, or we're doing our own thing. If you want to join our boat,
we just do our own thing. We teach what we actually do. I don't worry about what anyone else does.
Exactly. And we teach what works.
Yeah.
We didn't show you a single site today that not somebody that we know and trust has vouched for. And so we're not going to show you spammy sites and things like that. Hopefully, knock on wood, my God.
It's our reputation, so
exactly,
that's important to me. All right, you guys. thank you for watching. I've got to go on about my day. I've got to do my Friday paperwork, and I think I'm going to hit up Walmart and look at some Easter candy today. What about you,
Ooh.
Lucy?
I've got some filming to do and some IP complaints to hopefully issue out. And I've got to do some ordering. I've got to yell at people. I hate yelling at people, but it's like, really, I ordered something in the beginning of January. They didn't process my order until the 12th, and then they still didn't ship it. So I'm like, hello, it's the 17th. We need to let's get that stuff out because you already took my money. So if you've taken my money, ship me my stuff. So I've got just
you can
people
cancel the order now. Valentine's is over. Yeah.
Yeah, Valentine's is over, but we were talking in one of the groups about some of the stuff that was good year round. So if you are hitting up the Valentine's Day things, some things are great year round and will sell if it's good for like anniversaries. And I mean, we should love each other more than just the 14th of February, right? So if it just says love and hugs and things like that, I would source it if it was on the clearance right now. Easter, yeah, I've got a few more Easter things to do, and then I got to move on to graduation. Graduation is my next big thing. I'm thinking about weddings. I mean, wedding season is almost upon us too, but that's what I'm doing. Lots of things.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, you guys, and we'll see you next Friday.
All right. Bye.